All right, hey guys, welcome to what was supposed to be the April monthly game plan for Youth Empowerment Systems. We are transitioning, we're pivoting quickly because it is time to focus on what we call the home training track and how we're going to not just survive, but especially for what we do, we have a really unique opportunity to help a lot of people in our community. And I'm going to break down why that's happened. The first thing I'll say is the playing field for us for doing kids fitness has been completely leveled, right? Completely leveled, where think about this for a long time. What are the activities kids kind of parents are embedded in their mind for them to do? Martial arts, swimming, soccer, piano, daycare, school, right? All these ones that they don't even fit, just kind of what the culture does, right? You just, oh, well, Billy's going to be in soccer. Why? Because that's, when you're 5, you go to soccer, right? That's just what you do. And so there's not, sometimes it's like just that pattern it's happening, and now there's a pattern interrupt for everyone. So they kind of notice, right? Just like when you see a Facebook video and someone, jumps on the screen, you're like, what? You stop scrolling for a quick second, you notice, right? So similar thing has happened here in our landscape. And for us, that's a good thing because other activities, I don't think provide the value that we can provide. And let's look at it from the top to bottom. Who has now left parents and kids with, I don't want to say with nothing, that's the wrong word, but schools have closed. And if you have kids, what do the schools give the kids? What do the schools do? Sarah, you have a kid, what did your school do for Q? What do they do?
For virtual learning, you mean? Or just
what they do? Like what did he get?
Say that again. I'm sorry, you cut out.
What did the school provide for him? Like what do they do?
In general, or since this outbreak?
Since they said, hey, schools closed, yeah.
So actually, our school we're on spring break, so they haven't done anything yet.
Not anything. The kid next door to ours came back with a bag of books. And I'm like, book? Oh man, you have every book in the world right here. Like, what do you need to give 4 books? Like, my daughter's in preschool, and it's a very, it's one of the nicest preschools in town. And she is getting daily a PDF with no instructions every day. It's like the letter J with dots. And I'm like, I think I don't have Google. Like, you think there's not already online learning? So they've completely, more or less, and some I know are doing virtual. I'm not trying to blanket statement, but that's happened. Swimming lessons, you can't do them. Piano, not really, really difficult. So they've left the parents now with, as we call them, right? Our kids are closer to wild animals than they are to humans at this age until we break them in, right? Until we teach them how it works. So they've left us, look, I have a 3-year-old, I'll speak on my behalf, a small monster to deal with more at a time that now we're working more, right? Who here, Jim, worked more last week than you have in 8? I worked more last week than, honestly, I've worked any week in my entire life. Any week. Even when we had moved our gym and we're building out and running classes and did that when we had it in person, hands down, the most I've ever worked. I had to take my parents' martial arts school online. They're 70. They're not going to get set up on Zoom, right? It's not going to be a thing. So worked more than ever, and now we have more responsibility. Okay, so there's a really unique opportunity here that parents are looking for new activities and engaging activities, right? They're also looking for people to help raise their kids and give guidance, right? So do you see how we uniquely have a really unique solution here in this time to provide, 1, massive value to the people we work with already, and 2, outward facing for us, because this is not going to be over by Sunday. All right, does anyone think this is going to be done by Sunday? We'll be back in the gym. I think there's a 0% chance it's Sunday. Everything, I don't want to get into, that's not my job. I'm preparing like it's going to be May 1st. Hopefully it's sooner. I'm hoping May 1st we're back, and maybe June. I don't know. But we have a unique opportunity outward facing to help our community at this time, right? And then we go back to the same thing. Who in the community is panicking and who's providing leadership, right? Businesses are shutting down, and rightfully so. Like, the bike shop next door, they're shut down, right? Other places are shut down, but you can't really take biking online. And I guess I'm sure someone does, and someone's making $1 million doing biking instruction online, right? For like actual bikes, not just Peloton. But we have that opportunity, right, to come in and fill a void where parents are looking for new stuff, new activities, help with their kid, relief, right? Who here's had a date night since this has happened? Who's had a date lunch? Right? Like, I have two, my parents live around the corner. They're 70. My kids can't even see them. Right? So even though we have the help, we can't access it. We can't. So parents are looking for 30 minutes of relief, something fun to do with their kids, right? A little break, and then positivity and hope on the next side. Okay, so again, we're going to get into the actual details. This is my overview. This is my empowerment chat to our group, I guess, right? In a very technical sense. Our parents, if they've called you to go on pause or hold or cancel their membership, are they acting logically or are they acting emotionally? What do you guys think that is?
Emotion.
Emotion, yeah, right? Because logically, they want their kid to still grow up and be a strong adult. Right? They still want you. If you said, hey, look, I'll cancel you, but let me just ask you a couple questions. When your kid's 25, what type of kid do you want them to be? Someone who, when they see it gets hard, freaks out, cuts and runs, and now, like, right, that's what they learn. They don't have 40 or 50 or 60 years of experience going through a few of these times, right? We opened our first gym at the height of the last recession. So you go, okay, right? Like, I've been through it, and I'm like, we'll make it through this. We have the tools, we'll figure it out. If you're 4 or 6, this is like 10% of your life now. And 10% of your life being scary and negative and fearful can have a really large impact on what your view is, right? So we ask them, hey, do you want your kid to be someone who sees a challenge as an obstacle they haven't overcome yet? Or something where they go, nope, sorry, like, can't do it. And I don't want to have a place for them to come back to. They would logically choose the latter, right? They would logically choose to have a place to come back to, but because they're emotional. And why are they emotional right now? I think, Adam, were you trying to say something?
Fear.
Fear. Yeah. Why are they fearful? It comes down to two things, I believe. I've been trying to say it all week. Two big things that they don't have. This is why we have to be there for them. They don't have clarity in what's happening. No one's painting clarity. No one's telling them where it's going to go. So they don't have confidence. We have confidence. We have fear. These two things are opposite. Right? So it's our job to paint the picture really clear for them about how we're going to help their family right now. Really, really clear. Right? So that way, when we get through this, here's what your kid's going to be. Right? Here's how you are as the leader going to be right now. Because the kids are watching the parents. And they can watch the parents freak out, be fearful, like Coach Adam says, do this, and now they're going to know that's how I respond in these situations, right? Like, we learned those things from our blueprint, from the people around us. That's why our group and the power of our group is so important. But without that, they're going to go, oh, I see, I hear what daddy says. Like, my daughter, she has a little grocery store in her playroom, right? And we were playing grocery store, and you know what she told me? She's out of groceries. Yeah, right? It's funny, it's 3, but it's also me and my wife had to go, well, we cannot say these things around her. She was a little sick. We think she has like an allergy, we think to dairy maybe. So she has a runny nose and it's causing some postnasal drip and causing a cough. So she's sick. So she's watching the news with us. And who does she think everything's shutting down because of?
Her.
Because of her. She thinks that she's sick, that no one can go anywhere. Yeah, that's heavy, right? So we really, like I'm talking in as real terms as I can, that, wow, the things we say, the things we put in our environment, the things so we put the news on when she's in bed at night, right? We try and keep her on routine as much as possible. And, before I came here, we did scooter and skateboard. in our neighborhood. We try and do these things to give her some normalcy. So the parents that maybe aren't in on this circle as us, that's why they come to our programs, they know the value in this. So we need one to lean on the parents as leaders. And so I've had a lot of communication with the parents of my parent school, working with them, with the gym owners, and with you guys, that the kids are going to look to the parents. And so it's how the parents respond now is what the kids are going to learn. Right? And that's the truth. Like, I mean, I saw it firsthand. My daughter thinks her grocery store's out of food, and everyone's has to stay home because Aubrey's sick. Right? Broke my heart. So we had to talk to her a bunch about, like, no, this is what's happening. So now I'm like getting like technical, like, well, here's what the World Health Organization actually does, and not really a 3-year-old talk, but hopefully that proves the point that we have to lean on them as leaders. Who do we want the kids to see the parents as? And what do we want the parents to have the kids see them as? So the parents, I'm pressuring them fairly thick. This is your time to give them routine, show them how strong you are when it matters, right? And to help show them, because that's what they're going to learn. Oh, wow. And that was scary. I remember seeing my dad work really hard. Or, yeah, I remember this, a lot of unhappy people and no less. So that's the overview. They're looking for activities. They need this help. No one else is giving it to them. They are looking for something new because the things that have been happening, the things they're used to, are not available. They're not available and not the same way. But one of the good things is if you're starting after a program and it's newer in your town, no one knows any different. And people are more used to doing fitness at home than soccer. They are more used to doing fitness at home than martial arts even, right? Coach Helgi, that's fair to say. Martial art at homes, like virtual martial art, not like you and your family already do it. You're all in martial arts, but the training is, it's because they're so used to being in here, 30 kids, they do their, right? So it's that pattern, and the pattern gets broken and it's different.
Sure. Yep.
Right? That's kind of fair to say, I think. So for us, what we do, a lot of the programs are newer, getting started, they're looking for this, and this will be all they know in a sense. Right? So I lean on the parents as leaders there to be the example to keep their kids engaged. I lean on the students, especially my higher shirts, to be leaders that the biggest form of leadership they can do is from their actions. Right? And what does that mean for leadership for them? That means they continue to train. Yes, every day. That is leadership. That is not just them taking care of themselves, which it is. It is a form of leadership by doing that. The second thing, it's a form of leadership for them to look after those younger and junior to them. That's leadership, right? I'll show you the way, so follow me. That's what we say leadership means. So, hey, this is the time. Do we say that? Do we mean it? Or is it just power chats? Or is it just kind of anchors to kind of get us through the class? And I'm saying if we mean it, I'm trying to put pressure on them. So we had a class, the first week, I think there's a lot of transitions and stuff. We had a class that was really small. A couple of them were going, oh man, I know people were getting situated in the routines, and it was kind of felt like spring break a little bit. So it's fine, but I had to reach out to a few of our higher ranked students and point blank, have this talk with them. You're a leader here. This is what leadership means. I expect you, Nicole, would you expect me to be, like, what do you expect of me? I had to ask them that. I expect you to be there, coach. Absolutely. Am I there? Yes. Good. And you're a leader too. I expect you to be here. I expect you, because everyone's like the kid with kids. Coach Sarah will know this. I'll unmute you. Do your kids, I don't know if I can unmute. Can you unmute yourself? There you go. Do your kids look up to you or your son more?
Oh, definitely my son.
Yes, your son. And your son's 15?
15, yeah.
15, top 20 in the world in CrossFit for his age. They look up to him.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
you were there every day and he wasn't. They look to him. They're like we're old, right? But it's them. So the younger ones look up to them. So there's that hierarchy. You have to take care of the top crew. That top take care of the under crew. And that's leadership, in my opinion. That's how we structure this to get everyone engaged in the engagement side. Okay? Everyone follow me now. Any questions? I'm muting people, but you can go off mute if you have something to say. there any questions on, just as we kind of look at how this works overall? Make sure we're all, if anyone has questions or thoughts. Coach Jasmine, good to see you. Okay, so first things first, let's get into some technical parts now. All right, one, we have to get in front of this. This is the new normal. No one wants to quit businesses. We are very close to going on pause at my daughter's preschool, and I'll tell you exactly why. We haven't yet. What have they not done yet? Who can take a guess of what would make me frustrated enough and this time to be like, that ain't right. I'm still biting my tongue. I'm still holding. What do you think they have not done yet?
They haven't spoken to you guys?
They haven't told me what's going on.
Like met with you?
They haven't even said, like, we don't know, are we getting this time back on our membership? Are we still paying? Am I going to get debited, $600 on April 1st for something do I get that back? Are they going to let my daughter go full days when we come back to make up for it? Right? Like are we going to get virtual classes? I've got a PDF and just a note that said, hey, we're spraying down the stuff and no more show and tell. And I'm like, no more show and tell? Like, we will not be coming back. Like, you're dealing with stuff that's like on the wrong side of this issue. Let's talk about right now, like, how do we get through this? And not like, oh, make sure and the building falls down and we're arguing over stuff that doesn't matter right now. We're trying to get through this. So they haven't even done that. So the first thing, you have to communicate to your membership. Has everyone here done that and tried to tell them how it's going to work and what's going to go on? We have to do that regularly because they will forget. Because the new thing's going to happen, and like Coach Adam said, the next thing happens, they'll get fearful again. And a couple of days will go by. This goes on to the middle of April, and they're like, I think I gotta stop. I think I gotta do this. So really, every week we should be communicating how the membership works. For us, what we're recommending is, and this is why we don't do punch cards in our program. We want to be a membership. Punch cards, there's, my parents' school does because it's for their little mommy and me, like 1 and 2 year olds. It's just like a class, like 5 classes. Because what are you going to get a 1-year-old on a recurring membership, right? So that part, I think that's the right choice. But for them, we're giving them content and stuff, but there's no expectation they're going to buy anything at all right now. We're just servicing them just so we want to service them. For everyone else, right, we're saying every day that we're online, here we're still servicing you, doing all this stuff. You will also get back on the back end of your membership. That means if they're on a 12-month agreement, which we want, we're closed for a month and a half. At the end of 12 months, they'll get a month and a half free. That helps us have cash flow to get through the time right now. Also honors them for doing that, and they get everything they paid for, right? That's just regular business, right? From there, we added in a lot of bonuses. What things will parents want once this is over? Who has some ideas of what type of events, what type of experiences will be very important to parents, right? I'm thinking of the whole family, the family as a whole, not just the kid you train. Trying to help everyone here. Anyone here had a date night? Anyone here want to have a parents' night out?
Yeah, big free parents' night out.
Big time. Free. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't go on pause, all these things are for people who don't go on pause in their membership. Parents' night out. Skill clinic. Coach Helge, you were going to say something?
No, I was just, that was a great idea. Having a free clinic. Jesus, it's amazing.
Think of how many we have. Free clinics. It's, first of all, it's retention. We know the people that come to our clinics anyways, the $20 is just like to justify the time. Like if I had kids that every month came to my clinics, those are the ones that don't quit anyways. It's the one that don't use your product that quit. No one here is like a black shirt in your program, 20 dead hang pull-ups, and it's like, I really don't know if this is, no, they're like in. It's the ones that don't use and consume. So yes, I would want them to be free. Everyone's getting free private training with a coach of their choice, anything they want to work on. And we're also giving free weekly online personal training, like 10, 15 minutes. Again, it's relief for the parents. It's perceived high value. I'm just thinking stack. As long as you don't go on pause, We want pause. You can come back. Our doors are always open, but you don't get that, right? Like for my parents' school, we did their next promotion testing is free. We still did them online for free. We're still testing people. And the next one they get, and if you're in martial arts, you know how expensive those can be. That's included, right? We're doing, we're doing camps, day camps. Here's like a 3-4 hour training camp. Is that good? You like that, Coach Helgi? Yeah, and we're doing one every month. Another 3-hour banger, another 3 hour, like we're gonna train, we're gonna eat, we're gonna fun, like a Saturday day. I want everyone in the family to feel like, okay, not only are we, we're helping a small business, right? We're helping us stay open, but then for them, it's like getting a Bentley now. Like they're like, wow, this is gonna be once we get through this, I will have relief. Versus, like we said, without clarity, there's no confidence. There's clarity. I say, here's exactly how it's gonna work. You will get these things. They have confidence in what we're gonna get. We knock on wood, we haven't had a cancellation or a pause since we sent that out almost a week ago. Yeah, for us, it's big because this was like on the margins right now, like on the margins. So that was very big for us. But without that, like Coach Adam said, it's fear. When it's fear, people act emotionally, not logically. They take away from their kids' future by trying to satiate the unknown now with control of lockdown, don't move, don't act, don't breathe, don't think. Well, that's not who leaders are in these situations. So we have to be given that constantly. Thumbs up, does that make sense? How I'm kind of thinking of this? Awesome. Okay, so we have to get in front of that right away. And then the next part is planning, right? What do they get every week? How does it work? Your schedule probably changed, right? Some people are trying to do the same hour classes. You have a lot of options now that you're not stuck just in that 3 to 3:30 window after school before the night classes start. You have a lot of options you can do. And again, that leads with the new awareness for people. So one thing I've been talking about here I work with a lot of gyms in CrossFit, right? And so they're worried, and their question is, can I charge the same rate? Can I charge the same rate? What do you guys think? Can you charge the same rate for your program right now? Yeah, how come? Because out of the goodness of their hearts, they should keep you open?
I'm still providing as much value as I can. And if not, right now I'm going above and beyond to make that personal contact in different creative ways for all of them.
Yeah, the value, as you had the value, Coach Jasmine, right? It's not time. It's not, your youth empowerment program is not because you have 5,000 square feet of rogue equipment, you have kettlebells in every weight. That is not your program. It is character driven. Can we still help with character virtually? Heck yeah. And in some ways more. And in some ways we can do more of that. For a lot of gyms, they're now doing actual nutrition check-ins where they said they were for a while. And again, I work with them. I know how many are really doing that and how many are sending a PDF and a shopping list and hoping that's enough. So in some cases, they're getting more value. And I'll share this with you. I've had to lay it on thick with them that I charge more for my remote program than I did in person. When we had our gym, I charge more remotely, right? It takes me less time. I'm not trading time for money. It's value for money. That's the trade, right? So if I took me 5 hours to write Coach Helgi's program or 5 minutes, if it gets him from here to here, he doesn't care really how long it took. Oh man, Tim, I can't believe it took you so long to do that. I'll pay you that. No, he wants the transformation. So from here to here. That's what people want. That's the value for them. That's why they're there. No one really is bringing kids to your program because they just want them to show off in fitness, right? They don't want to spend the money if they don't have it. Most people, they wanted to solve this a different way, right? Before they came to you. And how many, and tell me if you've heard this, oh, we tried this and we tried this sport, we tried this activity and it was challenging for Billy and now he's here and he has a home. He gets to succeed. They wanted cheaper options, they wanted other stuff. They don't want to pay a couple $100 a month at all. I don't want to pay a couple $100 a month if I don't have to. But if it helps my daughter become a better person that I can deal with as an adult and a dad, now she's someone who's strong and confident on her own as a young woman, name your price. Yeah, Coach Adam, all good. But name your price. So again, it's not about the time, the location you provide, it's the value. So we have to go big on value of what we're providing for people. And I'm going to take you through that in our home block in our licensing course. So again, I think you can charge the same. Absolutely. I see people in the forums, and if you're in the affiliate owners group, some of you might see it and they're like, I cut my price in half because we can't give the same value. And I'm like, whatever you say after I am is what you become. If you believe you can't provide the value, you're not going to provide the value, right? I've made, this year, unfortunately, it won't be Olympian this year. I just have my third person qualify for the Olympics remotely. He's 15 when he started. He's 19 now. He's from New Zealand, right? I have never trained him in person, right? Is my skill valuable? I think it is, right? Me and Stephen Landon are going to do a live webinar tomorrow about him training remotely and online for martial arts schools. But I want to give them the confidence that, yes, this can work. Yes, this will work. You'll be fine. We've done it. Like, take our cred, tell your parents it's worked. So I want to tell you guys, yes, it works. Yes, you can do this. And we can actually, in some cases, do it better. Because what are we not limited by now? Tell me things that are not limited by us, or we're not limited by. Yeah, Coach.
Space.
Space.
We're really
space, right? Your program's
we're really
blowing up.
small, Jim.
Yeah, you're in a small space and you're blowing up. What else are we not limited by?
Traffic.
Things
Things like outdoor
in New
things.
York, that's a big deal, right? New Jersey, it's a big deal. What else are we limited by time now? We have, I have my 4:30 class. We can't move them, and we have you can do this class whenever you want now. Can you send out recordings? Can you get everyone in your community to do it? Can you get kids and parents to work out together? Can you have the kid teach the parent how to squat on video and make it kind of fun? Silly. My buddy's daughter's a gymnast, and she had to teach the dad. Part of her assignment was to teach the dad 10 seconds of the routine and post it, and it was hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, that's engagement. They're using the product. They're doing it, right? They're finding a way to connect. So we're not limited by this stuff. Where before he wouldn't have been engaged in that. I'm sure they told him to teach him that before, and he's like, and now he's posting it. He's excited. So we're not limited by these normal things. We're not limited by, oh, I'm sorry, well, it's football season. Oh, I'm sorry, we have soccer this weekend, we can't. Oh, that's when Sarah has piano. I'm sorry. Not at all. Not at all, right? So we actually have the biggest growth opportunity for your program to impact people. That's where it starts. Engage people and show them that you are. We talk about it all the time. The core of the program: become a local legend, serve first, and be a leader. Here we are, right? And people, everyone. What's everyone's favorite TV channel right now, besides CNN? Have you ever seen Facebook is like explode? Like, Facebook was dying. I thought. It's Facebook is just engagement all day long now. If you used to post 5 times a day, you were kind of an annoying person, right? You'll have to post, be like, hey, I have a thing, oh my god. And now it's like 5 times a day. The world's different. So you have the access and opportunity to talk about your program, and people are wanting it. They're wanting that right now. They want you there because there's a void of leadership. Step up as a leader, and they are wanting it in ways they didn't before. Right? We had Coach Hoagie. I'll just give you as an example of how hungry I think people are for this. We made that me and Dr. Hahn made that 5-kick domination sequence that Coach Helge helped us put together, right? We got about 100 people to use it over a couple years. And I said, Jay, Dr. Hahn, what if we just gave this to martial arts school owners right now as a way to help them? They have to opt into their email. They have stuff. He goes, man, it's a good idea. We should try it. We've had 250 martial arts school owners jump in. Approximately had 100 use over a 2-year period. And within a week, we had 250 do it. So they're hungry for this because they're like, people need help. They know what they're doing isn't working. So they are looking for this right now. And we gave it out for free. We just wanted to help, right? In the back run, it'll work out somehow, right? I know we have other good products that when the time's right, it'll work out, but they're looking. Everyone's looking. So give them something to look at. Very much. Okay. I'm going to jump into the home screen here. You see I think we have our Fargo kids up here. We have a couple different categories. So I'll go back to this is our licensing site. I should have you see all the different parts here. This one's called home. I put it right up at the top. And give me 1 second. I need to activate a different side of the screen. Let me go back here and publish this last part. You get to see the back end here where this is like my user side. I thought I had the third part, support emails. Published, preview. Now you can see all 3 parts I put together. So we've been aggregating everything we've been doing. We have our onboarding process still. What I've done is I've gone through and taken just the best of really every engagement thing we've done, daily empowerment word, chats for you guys. So what we want to do is a month of the same empowerment word right now is too long because last Sunday is a decade ago. Now that means every day is a year or a month at least. If you're doing that, it's a lot of difference, right? So we put together first content, character, and games. And what you're going to see here is all sorts of different things, and we keep adding more. Here, we sent out the gratitude, the growth mindset challenge. This is something for the parents and kids to work on together. Parents Guide to Leadership, like I said, we're leaning on the parents to be leaders in this time. These are PDFs we're sending out every week, a new one. So there's a big piece of value we have for them all the time. But I'm not just sending it, I'm trying to coach them through it. But we took out some of our best Instagram images on tenacity, gratitude, leadership. We're gonna add more, but we've got enough up there to get started. The second part you're gonna see is session plans and workouts. So these are our home training track there. I'll start with that first. Let me go pop this in, see if I can get it on the screen. Everyone can see this? Yes? Good. So the way these are written, it's the overview of the workout. The parents aren't going to really know what to do with this on their own. Right, so again, if we give them a PDF, that's no different than my daughter's preschool handing me my PDF of the letter J. I'm like, all right, okay, what do I do? The value's in coaching. It's not in making you a digital gym. It's making you a digital coach. And that is the difference. And those are the people that, like Coach Jasmine said, will thrive because coaches can provide value. Gyms can't provide the same value in this time. Oh, we'll get a kettlebell, that's great, but you're not your mats. You're not your roof. You're a coaching service at the core, and you're a coach who empowers people, empowers kids, empowers family to develop strong character, strong mindset, right? The kettlebell, the burpees, that's the method we use to teach that. That's the skill, but that's not the core of the product. Okay, so what you guys need to do, I put together different Power Chat prompts every day. I've tried to kind of reflect them to what's happening in the home. So our people, and then there's the workout. So it's simple, but let's look at this. The Power Chat is respect, right? Respect means to treat people like they matter. I want to know is how do you show respect around the house? Because what's happening? Are mom, dad, sister, brother all on top of each other right now? Yeah, no one's away. You start to get frustrated by the little things, even though we love each other. We're trying to help them navigate this with leadership through the house. Leadership in their personal development. So what are the 7 magic words? Yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, please, thank you, and you're welcome. And so then their challenge is, I want you to use those today throughout the house. Right? Use those when you interact. So much better it is. Other days we'll have different ones. So you'll go down again. Day 2 is courage. Why is courage? Believe in myself even when it's hard. How have you and your family been courageous during this time? right? I'm trying to create the narrative here that they are courageous. If you're doing this, you are a courageous person. I'm labeling them. If you are doing this, I believe you are courageous. And if we do it enough, do they slowly start to believe it? I think so. Better than them putting poison in their head, right? And going, well, the grocery store's out of food, Daddy. Like, huh? So I want you to go, how has courage helped other people around you feel more confident? So we're trying to do prompts on character in the house. In the house. What's the game today? 10 minutes of no talking, no TV. Just a little silence from mom and dad. Right? And it's good because I bet you the TV's on all day, the iPad's going. Look, we have our, I'm not coming up here, I'm talking across the table, I'm not talking down. She's been on her iPad more than I've wanted, right? But we got to get work done. We have the TV on more than we wanted. We've got it right. She can't see her friends. She's a very engaging kid. So 10 minutes, this is the game. Just relax. Valuable for the parents. Valuable for the family. Okay? We go through that. The second part we have is the at-home. And every week we're going to keep adding these in here for any workout stuff. The second piece we have is the at-home STAR testing sheet. These are not all the same ones we normally do. These are things they can do at home. Name 3 healthy fats. What's a carbohydrate? Make up your own workout. That's fun. That's engaging. That's different. Anyone can do that. Any kid in your town can make up a workout. It'd be silly. 5 jumping jacks, right? Run around the block. Like, it doesn't need to be like, well, we're doing lactic endurance, Billy, and here's like, just keep it fun, and they can make it up. It's a STAR. We're trying to get them engaged in positive things. These are editable, so you can make your own. Yeah, Coach Albie, thank you, buddy. This is going to be emailed out, so it's all good. Right, this is editable. I'll put the editable one up there. So if you need to just put out a second sheet, someone finishes the first one, good, let's go for number 2. But I want you to think, what's the prize for them for doing it? What's the significance for them? Kids still want significance. Right? So every day, we're spotlighting a student who attends one of our live sessions. I want them to feel significant for doing what I'm supposed to. They're giving me a form of leadership. I'm going to shine the spotlight on them and say, look at this leader. Look at how great you are for doing this. I wish all my students were as dedicated as you are. Right? That's self-labeling. Now they do it, and now they believe they're a dedicated person. They believe they're a leader. They'll start acting like one. They're going to help others, right? Sequential steps. Okay? And the final part then is email content that we put together. Some of it's been things that other people have put out, other groups. There's a lot of it out there, but messages for when someone wants to go on hold or cancellation. The same way I tried to frame it to you at the start of this, that, yeah, I understand, but what's the repercussion down the road? Give them something to think about. Yeah, right? What to do about the bonuses and how the extra things you're going to get, how their membership works. We have a special section there, and that one is, let me share my screen one more time. In the home section, in support emails. So we have content, character, session plans, and workouts, support emails. Back over here to session plans. I also put some bonus stuff for just like your regular gym members in there. 2 of my friends run, Dusty is like a world-class gymnastics coach, runs a company called SkillWOD. Eileen's a weightlifting coach, a former teammate of mine. And so they did at-home weightlifting and gymnastics training for you. And weightlifting is just technique, like extend, drop, like things you just want to do for repetition. There with a stick, comes with video links here. So you can, click on the stuff and you'll be able to see what's happening right there. Does that sound good, you guys? That makes sense? Okay, awesome. So we have those. We're going to keep adding those parts all there for you. Questions so far before I transition to the next part? So Jasmine, yeah, go ahead.
Should the support emails module have something in it already right now?
Not yet. I'm uploading.
Okay. Okay, great.
And that was why that was private still, but I wanted to show it there. But yeah, it's going to be up here soon. We'll have a few, and if you have any good ones, just message them to me, and I can add them in there. I know everyone it's happening so fast. The world's changing quickly that we're transitioning fast. So that's the idea. Let's see. The next part, those daily videos, right? You can choose how often you want to go live on this to your Zoom. I do recommend doing it in your Zoom room. The engagement is different. Think about how our engagement is now, right? People are watching or taking notes. When we watch on just Facebook, it's kind of like, yeah, you might scroll, do something else. So I know some people were saying, oh, you should go Facebook Live too. I say do a couple of those, or do them out, or record it and then post it later for your community to see. But I want people in the class so I can talk to them in real time. It's just different. I know it's a little more work to get people there, but their consumption behavior is different when that happens. Okay, so get them in the Zoom room. The classes should be engaging as number one, entertaining. Number two, we always say we're part entertainer, part parent, part coach. This should be fun. Everyone know who Blippi is from YouTube? Blippi. Go Google it when I'm done. For your little kids, he's on the very younger side. So think of Blippi just a little more mature. And you're like, he crushes it. He's got 20 million subscribers on YouTube or something. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Yeah, he makes kid videos. He's worth $40 million. So yeah, do I think kids can sit at the computer, the TV, and watch? Absolutely, I can. People are doing it. They're doing it. So there's video there. That's the value, is you coaching them through these parts, helping do that. Emailing out the video, upload it to your YouTube. I email that out so they can watch it on their own time, or they can join the live class. Now they have more options, right? You can upload it then to your Facebook if you want. That's always good. Now let's see, what other parts do I have? Character lessons to kids. Okay, entertainment, engaging. Heavy on character right now. Those character lessons are not getting anywhere else, right? In that part, the workout is more minimal, and the workouts are ones that they can do with their parents. And I'm fine with getting everyone in to do this together if they want. They're simple. It's stuff they can do in place, more or less, maybe a little bit of running back and forth, but they're designed to be done in front of a computer or in front of the TV. Okay? Let's see, go into the final parts, handling holds and memberships. I said, my first thing is, I've been saying this a lot in our own communication with people, is we want to have a gym for you to come back to. Right? And that's the truth for a lot of people. It's sad, it's scary, but it is what it is. If this goes 2.5 months instead of 2.5 weeks, we're all small businesses here, right? It's why we try and price our program that it's like, okay, this is something that gyms can afford. We know that you're trying to price your program to make it something that your families can afford. We know the margins are very tight for everyone. So, one of the things we say is, we're doing every step we're doing here is to give you a gym or a program to come back to. And that's the truth. I don't know any other way to say that. The second time is obviously adding time on the back end of membership. The third part is bonuses. If they can't, instead of canceling, I try and put them on pause versus cancel. I want to cancel our membership. I'm going to put you on pause right now. We won't charge you. This happens, and this is like a last resort type thing to do that. That way you can have access to the stuff. We know the time is very hard, and that way you can come back on when this blows over. And that's been okay. Some are just, they're set on doing it. You can't talk them out of it. And those are the same people that, man, that kid is going to have a rough time because his parents are not the best influence on them. You can't help everyone, unfortunately. I wish we could. Okay. Finally, I want to talk about all these parts we've done, we've built. You see what a great service and product you guys have the ability to have. How do we find new members in your program? Do you guys think you can sign up or should sign up new members during this time? Why? That's up to you. Whatever you say after I am is what you become. You are your beliefs. We have to be in control of our thoughts right now. So if we don't think we can sign someone up right now, that is just because you don't believe you can sign someone up right now. There's no other reason. I had someone ask me, they go, how did they're running for their CrossFit gym? They go, well, how do we do the challenge if we can't have a kickoff day in person? And I go, I've been running the challenge online for 5 years. I have never done an in-person kickoff day. Like, the only difference was I just thought I could do it. I thought, I'll run a challenge. That's it. That's the only difference. So can I provide value? Can I help them reach their goals in a unique way? Do I have a specialized skill set that can help get them there? That sounds like everyone's program here. So why can't we? If you agree, then the message is how. How do we do that? How do we not look opportunist? How do we not look like we're the people that are, come in like vultures? That's not who we are. We're coming in with really good intentions to this thing. We're not trying to profit from a disaster, right? So I think you should have the same trial offer you have. Just like it would be, they would get the same trial, 3 weeks, $33, 4 weeks, $49 for the whatever that offer is, and you can make a new one right now, some sort of trial offer to do that. They may get access to some things, they may get access to all things. That depends on what you want to provide. It may be, geared towards relief for parents at this time, engagement for kids, a strong activity, but it's essentially a trial. Just like if someone came into your gym and said, how do I test this out? You go, oh, cool. Yeah, it's 3 weeks for $33. If you like it, we apply that to your first month membership, right? But here's what I think you should do. Here's what I think you should make this a really, really great opportunity for everyone, right? When we start people's programs, we do the fundraiser, right? We say, hey, for $25, you get this much. We donate all the money to this cause. I think what you can do that for sure. I think you can say, hey, times are very tight right now. We understand. We're by no means, rolling. We're not. Who is the guy on the Disney show that used to swim in money? The duck, is swimming the money, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Whatever. That's not who we are. But we want to help people. We know someone's always less fortunate than we are. So for this $33 that comes in, I'll let you choose which business or teacher or employee or person it gets sent to. Right? You tell me, this restaurant got shut down. Good, I'll send them this money. This gym's getting hit worse than us. Good, goes to them. So now it's a feel-good thing for them. They're getting the benefit of relief, trust in you, connection as a coach. They're getting to help someone else. You're getting to help someone else. You could aggregate it together to one thing that we're going to donate it to. You could obviously do it a bunch of small, $50 here, $50 there, right? And who's going to argue with that? Well, I don't think any parent in your program is going to say, I can't believe you're, letting them come in. We're paying 100 and they're paying 50. Well, it's their trial. So it's the same trial we always give, right? And we're not even taking this money. We're giving it out. We're doing that. So I think that's a real no-brainer, solid, positive, character-driven way to navigate through this, to feel good with making ad content or feel good with making outward-facing content that you're putting towards your community. Saying, hey, come join us. We have a class this Tuesday, parents. Do you need an activity for your kid online that is character-driven, that you can do with the whole family? They'll give you some relief. And we're going to do this, and you get this, and we're going to help out your local community. I feel like that's a fairly solid approach. You're going to take it and tweak it to your own, but that's where I think it should go in that direction. Because I do think you should be trying to grow your program. Right now, I do think you should be trying to grow awareness. Service is happening. Hopefully, everyone's getting service dialed in this new frontier. But once we get that, once you feel comfortable that everyone's taken care of, then it's time for this and not before, right? If you don't feel like everyone's dialed in yet, don't go here. Once you're like, yeah, I think we got it. I think everyone's good. Checked in. People are using the program. They're on the platform. Like anything else, now it's time to help grow the program and help impact your community. That's what I got, guys. What questions do you have for me before we hop here? Question open forum. Coach Jasmine, did you have one? No? Okay. Okay, cool. Well then good. Looks like I did a decent job then if that's the case. You guys know we're active in the Facebook group right now very much, so let me know if there's any questions you have there. Also email tim@deucecompound.com. I'm excited to help make it through this and have your kids have a really great program to come back to, and hopefully a lot more. Okay, guys? Thanks so much. Any questions about our licensing program or anything, please let me know and just message me, tim@deucecompound.com. I can help get you set up also. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll see you.